So hey guys, today we have Pradeep and he is having 3.6 year of experience in Java, Spring Boot and microservice domain. So this interview is gonna be very interesting. And guys who want to give same mock interview, please fill out the form below in the description. So now let's get started. Hey, hello, hi Pradeep, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, shall we start?
And what about?
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
can
I'm
start.
also good. Okay. So Pradeep, can you please introduce yourself and your recent project in brief?
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
name is Pradeep Kuspa, and
Mm-hmm.
I have completed my BTech in the year of 2020 with the stream of computer science.
Mm-hmm.
Post that, I have joined the organization named like My India,
Mm-hmm.
and in that organization, I have learned about the different domains, basically,
Okay.
specifically to map-based domain.
Mm-hmm.
And post that organization, I have joined Newton Software Technologies, which is my current organization. In my
Mm-hmm.
current organization, we are having the banking domain-based project. In that
Okay.
project, we are having the account opening process, some loan process, some financial process also there.
Okay. So you said some thing like financial related stuff, right? So how critical it is managing this financial stuff and all in your project?
Yeah, these are too much criticals basically,
Okay.
as we are having the financial data of
Mm-hmm.
each and every customers. If
Mm-hmm.
customers like submitting their initial deposits and like requiring
Mm-hmm.
some loans, all those things that, and in that like basically we are dealing with the some money. So that time like it is too much critical for us basically.
Okay. What's the Java version you guys are using?
Right now we are using Java 1.8.
Java 1.8. So how confident you are in core Java? Can you rate yourself out
Like
of 10?
I will rate myself 8 plus in Java and core Java basically.
Okay. So can you tell me what are the topics you are most familiar with the Java 8?
With Java, Lambda functions and like
Okay,
Stream APIs,
okay.
and also like using the for checking basically my application performance on based on the
Mm-hmm.
GC basically like for checking APMs tools
Okay.
basically like
So have you used streams in your project?
yeah, but like, yeah, I've used in my project
So what are
basically
the
streams.
benefits of using streams?
Basically, like it minimizes the code length also. Inside
Okay.
streams, like we are having, we can also include the lambda functions to minimizes the code. Basically, the
Mm-hmm.
main idea for the lambda functions is to decrease the length of the code because too much length of the code
Mm-hmm.
reduces the readability of the particular code or
It,
makes
re
it
it,
harder
re
to
it
understand.
reduces only size. Do we have some other benefits as well?
Like we are having the functional programming approach by using the lambda functions, we can introduce that also basically.
Okay. Which is faster, traditional for loop or stream?
Um, which is first of like as I think so, like as per my understanding, traditional for loop will be faster because like on streams we are using the wrapper classes basically. So that time like
Mm.
it will like take time to get those APIs which is
Okay.
already provided by the Java.
Okay. So in which scenarios would you prefer traditional for loops and streams?
For like if I am iterating simple list, so that time like I will be using like a traditional for not to do some modification operation or like not to do like uh, fetch out some specific data based on some certain patterns.
Okay.
So that time like I will be using traditional for loop. If I am
Okay.
having certain patterns to find out the to extract out the data from the particular collection or like collection class, so that
Mm.
time like I will be using the string shape.
Okay. Can you explain intermediate and terminal operations in streams?
Intermediate operations are those operations basically in which we basically modifies the data basically. Suppose we are having
Okay.
the filter method and map method and
Mm-hmm.
flat map method basically
Mm-hmm.
that modifies the data and then after like they provides
Mm-hmm.
basically. And if we are doing the terminal operations, so that time like post preparation of the particular streams, we do basically the terminal operations.
Mm-hmm.
If we
Okay.
want to do any in between while the particular stream is preparing, so that time like we do intermediate
Mm.
operations. And if we
Okay.
are like
Got it.
want
Got
to
it.
just
Okay. So, Pradeep, I would like to share one important thing with you. Actually, we had launched complete interview preparation material, structured step by step by myself, experts, and MNC's interviewers. And the best part is that no one need to go anywhere else to prepare interviews now. There is a 99% chance that interviewers will ask questions from this material. Okay. So basically, it contains 16 PDFs with all possible interview question and answers for Java, Spring Framework, Maven, Git, Spring Boot, Spring Security, Spring Data JPA, Kafka, microservices, Java coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. I have provided the link to get this in below description. And if someone needs this material plus two real enterprise client projects for reference, plus one-on-one lifetime doubt sessions and referrals to the big MNCs, then they should check the interview preparation kit. I will provide the link for this as well in the description below. So now moving to our interview. So, Pradeep, can you tell me what is a functional interface?
With the functional interface who is having only single abstract method,
Okay.
like it cannot contain no default method, or like either
Mm-hmm.
no static methods, default static method cannot contain it. And
Okay.
so like that will be using for the functional programming approach, basically for lambda and like for streams we can
Mm.
use it.
What are the advantages of using functional interface?
Like the main advantage of using the functional interface, like
Uh-huh.
we can define the implementation of the single methods basically in the functional interfaces. So
Okay.
like by using just calling that particular
Mm-hmm.
method on
Mm-hmm.
our lambda, or like whichever
Mm-hmm.
we have defined,
Mm-hmm.
so that will be
Mm-hmm.
to the particular business logic which we have defined in our abstract method.
Okay. 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 So, what are some of the predefined functional interfaces that you have used in your application or any time in your career?
I have used by myself
Uh-huh.
consumer, predicate, and function
Okay.
basically.
So, what's the difference between function, predicate, and consumer?
We are having in predicate we are having the like as I think so, like it is a we are having the test method basically in
Okay.
predicates. So
Okay.
for like it returns basically the boolean, like booleans. And if I
Okay.
talk about consumer, so like it will not be returning anything, it will just consumes whatever you
Okay.
provides basically the
Okay.
consumer interface.
Mm-hmm.
And function, like it do having the dot accept method as I think so,
Mm.
but not remembering the actual work of the
Function takes
consumer
an input
basically.
and returns an outputs. Simple thing.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
we are having the two variables inside basically, like inside
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that method basically.
Yeah.
One is input and another is basically
Hmm.
wow. This,
Correct, correct. So moving ahead, what are anonymous classes and their advantages?
yeah, if we want to, if we are declaring any class like without name, so that time that would be that class will be anonymous class.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the thing is that if we are declaring as an anonymous, so that time like object will be created for at a once time, and it will be
Mm-hmm.
easily available for the GCs basically. So
Mm-hmm.
memory management can also be efficient, because like we are not providing the reference basically, just immediately
Mm-hmm.
we are losing the references. So
Mm-hmm.
memory point of view, it will be perfect for us basically.
Correct, correct, correct. Can you tell me the differences in interface from Java 7 to 8?
In Java 8, basically we do having the static method. We can also define the static methods inside the
Okay,
interfaces. Also default static method, that implementation we can do. I think
okay.
so. Like in Java prior Java versions, we are not having that feature basically.
Uh, okay, okay. What is the static method in this interface and how it is different from a default method?
Static method, like if we are providing any method as a static method, so that time
Mm-hmm.
like it will be not considered on the object level basically.
Okay.
So as we know, like in interfaces we cannot create the object for interface, so just by
Mm.
using the name of the interfaces, like complete defined name with the interfaces and dot method names, we can easily call it. And if we talk
Mm.
about the default methods, so that time like we have to implement the particular class using that interfaces, and that time like we can use those methods.
Okay, okay. Correct, correct. Can you tell me the difference between heap and stack memory?
Heap and
Stack memory.
yeah, like if we are like when we are writing our code basically inside
Mm-hmm.
Java, so that time
Mm-hmm.
like if we are using any instance variable, so that time like when we are creating the object, so that
Mm-hmm.
time that will take memory in the inside the heap, basically
Okay.
heap
Okay.
area.
Which
And
is
if I talk
faster?
about the
Yeah, yeah, got it. Which is faster between heap and stack?
heap and stack, like inside, let me think. So, inside, if I talk about the faster, so that we are having different approaches, like based
Okay.
on the GCs, basically. It depends based on the GC managements, basically. So we are
Okay.
having different GCs inside the, so whichever the default GCs are running, or like we set it that as a default GC, so that time like we can decide whichever is faster.
Okay. Okay. What's the difference between string literal and string object?
String literal.
Mm-hmm.
If we are declaring the string literal, so that time like it will be getting memory inside the string constant pool.
Mm-hmm.
And if I talk about the like string using the new keywords, so that time like it
Mm-hmm.
will be getting the memory inside the heap area, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
string
Okay.
literals are basically immutable classes,
Mm-hmm.
and we are declaring using the new keywords, so that's are mutable, basically.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it. Can you tell me what is the internal implementation of array list and linked list?
Uh, Array list and linked
And
list.
linked list.
If
Yes. Yes. Correct.
Yeah, inside array, basically, like we are having some resizable array, basically growable
Mm-hmm.
array. Like
Mm-hmm.
when we are adding, or like doing some uh, like a modification array, so that time like new array will be created and all
Okay.
shiftings will happen. Underlying
Okay.
data structure, basically like
Okay.
resizable or growable array. If I talk about the linked list, so like it will be implementing like
Mm-hmm.
mm, underlying give me a minute. Underlying data structure is basically, okay,
So
it's
linked
a
list is
replaced.
implemented as a doubly linked list on the top of doubly linked
Yeah,
list.
W yeah, on top
Mm-hmm.
of the replaced.
So in which scenario is linked list preferred over array list?
Whenever we are have frequent operations or insertion, updation and deletion, so
Uh,
that time like linked list is preferred. If our frequent operation as retrievals, basically, so that time like array list will be preferred.
okay. Okay. How do you store elements in a set to preserve insertion order?
To preserve insertion order.
Yeah, yeah, to preserve
Mm,
insertion order.
like if I am allowed to do the customization, so that time like I
Mm-hmm.
will be declaring those variables inside the classes, and that classes object I can save by using any of the IDs, basically, because we are having the
Do
different
we
different.
have any like set like we have some collection sets in collection like hash set and other sets? So cannot we use some collection?
Cannot be some collection.
Yes, yes. So
Yes.
have you used linked hash set
Yeah, that's actually I'm calling it like linked hashtag, basically like we can use
to preserve the
inside
insertion order?
one project, basically. Actually, I have used about like 1.5 year ago,
Oh,
basically
okay.
I have
Nice,
used linked
nice.
hashtag.
Okay. And how do you store elements in a way that they are sorted?
Um,
Which set
um,
would you use?
like I will be using sorted set, basically, like we are having that tree
Is
set
sorted set a
implementation.
part of collection framework? I'm asking about a set. We have some different sets, right? Hash set, like linked hash set, and
Linked set and tree set, we are having all
so
those things,
how do you
basically.
which one is for a sorted order?
So for sorted set, actually, can you pardon please the same question again? I'm not
Okay, okay.
getting.
How do you store elements in a way that they are sorted?
We are sorted.
Hmm.
Set.
So tree set, I think tree set we can use.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you know how does tree set sort elements when it stores objects?
No, internally, actually, I don't know how the particular sorting happens
Okay,
inside
okay.
that reset.
So tree sort basically based on their natural ordering by using compare to method of the comparable interface. So if something happens. Okay. What is a
Okay.
priority queue and how is the priority defined?
we are having the priority queue, which is a part of collections.
Mm-hmm.
In that,
Mm-hmm.
if we want to any scenario like in which prior to processing is required. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, as we have defining the mails, basically
Mm-hmm.
sending the mails inside mails,
Mm-hmm.
basically like emails. We provide the orders. Basically, it's like those mails which is on top, so that will be like getting the to receive the particular email firstly,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Okay,
And
okay. Why is it important to override the hash code method when we override equal? What would be the consequences if we don't?
like what is why we need to override the hash code method. The basic reason is we are having the default hash code method which is present in the object class, and
Mm-hmm.
every child class of the object class basically are
Okay.
overriding it. And if we do not override it, so that time like a
Mm-hmm.
natural hash code will be generated.
Mm-hmm.
So but we cannot do the comparison in the equals method based on our requirement. Basically, in the equals method we do
Mm-hmm.
our customized comparisons basically.
Okay, okay. Uh, can you please explain a performance issue uh, you faced in your application, or just tell me in general? Uh, and I mean that is related to the fine tune, something like that, or something related to the fine tune, any performance issues.
Related to inside Java or like inside DB also,
Yeah,
I can
anywhere,
consider.
anywhere.
Okay, so basically, we were having the performance issue basically for our application is taking too much time to load it, basically
Mm-hmm.
front end part, basically because they all the queries select queries are getting hitted on the
Mm-hmm.
particular DB. So we are having DBs not in rack basically, and also we
Okay.
were having the less RAM. So that time like we were
Mm-hmm.
facing that performance issue.
Okay, okay. Uh, why is implementing runnable considered better than extending thread for multi-threading?
Basically, renewal is the interface. So,
Mm-hmm.
if we are implementing the renewal interface, so that time like we can provide the custom implementation of our run method also, and also extra class we can add to it because multiple instances in case of interface, basically it is supported.
Mm-hmm.
If I talk about in construct of classes, so that time like multiple instance is not supported. One class can extend a single class
Uh,
basically.
okay, okay. What are thread leakages?
Thread.
Thread leakages. Leakage.
No idea. So thread leak is not having that.
Okay, okay. So thread leakage occurs when a program does not properly release a reference to threads and causing potential memory and resource leaks. So it
Okay.
happens sometimes. Okay, no worries. Do you know about executor framework?
Yeah, I know about the Jupyter
Can
framework.
you give a brief introduction?
Uh, Basically, initially we were having the thread class and enable interface for
Uh, uh,
extending the thread.
okay.
And that time the at that time like the programmer's responsibility to take care about the threads basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the executor frameworks comes later basically that provides the basically to for responsible to manage the number of threads basically.
Mm-hmm.
Programmers no need to create about it, take care about it. Programmer
Mm-hmm.
had to just implement their business logic, and the executor server will take care for executing the threads and
Okay,
for
okay,
defining the priority basically.
okay. How would you combine multiple completable features into a single completable feature?
How I will combine.
Yes.
Mm, sir, sorry, sir.
Are you aware of methods like all of?
No, no. At that much, actually, I have not used executor frameworks. Basically,
Okay,
some
okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine.
defining some threads.
Okay, okay. It's fine. Okay. What is open close principle?
Open and close principles. Basically, like if we are defining any method or any class, so
Mm-hmm.
that time it is open for extension and will be closed for modification. So
Mm-hmm.
we will be extending the class, else we are not modifying the same class because the existing functionality or like existing code
Mm-hmm.
can provide some bugs or like anything can happen at that time. So for extending the functionality, we just have to
Mm-hmm.
extend it. Or if we are having the methods, so in that case, we have to override those methods basically.
Okay, okay. How REST API is different from SOAP?
Like in SOAP APIs are not that much human or understandable basically. And REST
Okay.
API, we are having the JSON representation, and
Mm-hmm.
so like that can be the easy representation basically. Like so, and also we are having the um, some human understandable, like you can easily understand key value pair. Elsewhere in SOAP
Mm.
API, you are using the XML. So in XML, like you have to open the particular tag and also need to close the particular tags basically.
Okay, okay. What's the difference between application context and Bean Factory?
Application context is the area in which like all beans are managed basically by the IOC container.
Mm-hmm.
And if I talk about the bean factory will be like creating those beans which is
Okay,
literally managed by the IOC.
okay, okay. Can you please mention scenarios where Bean Factory can be used and scenarios where application context can be used?
Uh, like if I talk about the application context, so like
Mm-hmm.
if we have defined a bean like by using any component, any issue type annotations like at the rate component or at the rate
Mm-hmm.
um, repository or like any
Mm-hmm.
other. So we can
Mm-hmm.
like access it by using the application um, path, that kind of class we are having.
Okay.
So by using that, we can take out the particular bean by using the name of that bean. We
Uh,
can take out.
okay, okay, okay.
But if I talk about Bean Factory, so at by the name of the Bean Factory, it suggests like we are just creating the objects basically. The things are
Bean Factory is suitable for lightweight applications where we are using minimal Spring features. Okay.
yes,
What is a circular dependency issue?
like it's kind of deadlock situations. Like
Okay.
if we are having the if we are having like a depend like Bean A and
Mm-hmm.
Bean B. So if
Mm-hmm.
in a situations like at the time of bean creation, if bean
Mm-hmm.
A requires bean B, and at the same time
Mm-hmm.
the bean B creation, B requires predefined A bean basically. So that time
Mm-hmm.
like that, that will be a circular dependency problem basically.
Okay. What's the difference between repository annotation and service annotation?
Repository notation basically it applies on the for persistence store
Okay.
basically, like if we are extending some JPA repository or some Mongo repository
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
repository.
Mm.
So for like making the operations on S DBs basically, so that time like we will be using repository interface basically. It's a stereotype annotations. Also the
Mm.
at the rate service annotations, also the stereotype annotations, but it defines the business logics basically. So like for segregating for
Segregating.
understandable purpose
Mm.
basically.
Can we interchange these annotations?
Yeah, we can interchange, but the thing is like the basic logic behind using the service and using the repository and annotations like will be managed basically.
Okay. So I'm saying like can I use service annotation in repository files
Mm,
and
can you pardon please
repository?
your voice?
Okay, okay. So I am saying can we use service annotation in repositories file and repository annotation in service files?
Yeah, we can use it, but I have not ever tried it like this.
Okay,
But
okay. Yeah, we can use it, but this is not a good practice.
basically, we can use it basically like
Yeah, yeah.
because both are the beans are main purpose for creating the
Uh,
um,
mhm.
bean inside the application context.
What's the default logging mechanism Spring Boot provide?
Default basically you are asking about the logs which we basically sees on
Yeah,
the
yeah, the
console
logs
log.
which we, yeah, 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 yeah. Sorry, I didn't get you.
The logs you are talking about like on console basically while starting the Spring application we get basically, right?
Yeah, yeah, any kind of logs, we just visualize logs on the Splunk or any other platform, right? What is the default mechanism that Spring Boot provide? So I'm just asking that.
No, sorry, actually not having
Okay. So
that much
log,
idea.
have you heard about logback? Logback is a default mechanism that Spring Boot.
Yeah, logwood.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
example,
but
Tomcat
basically,
is a
I have
default server.
excluded the logback dependency basically
Yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
Spring Starter dependency basically because I
So
was to
which one you
I
have
was
added after excluding this
um,
logback?
uh, basically I was using I want to use log4j basically,
Mm-hmm.
and also want to use it some customizations on log4j basically.
Okay.
So that purpose I have removed it basically
Okay.
because
Okay.
it was creating problem in starting the application basically. So that time I have
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Uh, mm, moving ahead, what? Why is native query faster than JPQL? Do you know?
no idea
Okay. Okay.
in context of JPA you are asking, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Native queries, no, actually not having the idea. Just use some default
Because they
methods
are
of the
directly
JPA.
written in SQL to my full specific database.
Yeah,
So
that
that's why.
difference actually I know. Native methods and all those things are directly
Okay.
written
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
in some
What details are present in a JOT token?
JWT token, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Basically, we are having the signature inside the JWT,
Uh-huh.
and head part we are also having,
Uh-huh.
and our content basically.
Okay. Okay. Can we customize JWT tokens?
Yeah, we can customize the JWT tokens. Also, the length customizations on JWT we can also do.
Okay. 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 What is the caching mechanism you guys are using?
Like some custom caching mechanism, or like
Uh-huh.
just using the Spring default like annotations for Spring cache basically.
Anything, anything.
If I talk about some customs, so that time we are using the in-memory databases for managing the sessions basically, sessions
Mm-hmm.
IDs basically. So that caching mechanism basically we are using just because we have to keep the particular session ID
Mm-hmm.
for some of interval of times basically.
Okay. Okay. Uh, are you using microservice architecture?
Yeah, I'm using the microservice
Have you
architecture.
used have you used design pattern like Saga pattern, circuit breaker?
Yeah, I have used it, Saga design pattern,
So
and
what
also
is
the
Saga
circuit.
design pattern?
By inside Saga design pattern, we are having the two different design patterns like
Mm-hmm.
orchestration design pattern and
Mm-hmm.
choreography design pattern. So in orchestration, if we are having some kind of wrapper basically we are having,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay. Okay.
in choreography, like I'm not creating, but it's more be related to a service having per service databases, or like all
Mm-hmm.
services having the single shared databases kind of that.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. And okay. So it is microservice based, right? Your recent project is microservices based.
Yeah, it's basically the
Okay.
microservice based
So which one
project.
is would you prefer microservice or monolithic?
Like if I am having basically like it depends on the situation and like the
Mm-hmm.
project requirement basically.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
we having the whole business idea of the particular domain, so
Mm-hmm.
that time like we can decide. If I talk about the document management functionality, so
Mm-hmm.
that time we are extending the features of the particular project. So that
Mm-hmm.
time we prefer the microservice based architecture because we are having the different functionalities of adding the documents, some managing the PN files for
Mm-hmm.
managing PN files basically. In
Mm-hmm.
PN files basically we are having the base 64 storage of the particular documents. So that time we are
Okay.
having the different microservices for those, and for scrapping the particular document which
Mm-hmm.
reaches the TET basically, like which is defined by the bank only. For that purpose we have defined another service basically.
Okay. Okay. So
And
mm-hmm.
if I talk about the monolithic, so that time for small applications, basically in which you have to just do the card operations, some simple basically some. If I
Mm-hmm.
talk about some logging functionality, so that time we can
Okay.
do
Okay.
it in single
Okay.
monolithic application.
So, are you comfortable writing Java 8? I mean, coding through Stream API?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I've used
Can you please
filter
share your
and
screen quickly? Because I think we are running out of time. Just write a coding
okay.
question to filter all the even numbers from a given list and print
Okay.
the odd numbers only. Let's say you are given a
Okay,
list,
so
and
we are
in
having the
this list contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have to filter out even numbers and print only odd numbers.
okay. We are having the list dot string
Mm-hmm.
method and then
Mm-hmm.
filter.
Mm-hmm.
Inside filter, we can pass our variable,
Mm-hmm.
and if is module 2 is equal to 0,
Mm-hmm.
so that time like that will filter only the even numbers basically,
Mm-hmm.
because like the number which is divisible by 0, so that will be the even number. And
Mm-hmm.
post that like we can collect,
Mm-hmm.
collect, and inside collect we will be using collectors
Mm-hmm.
dot to to list, or like any of the method we can use basically, so that
Okay,
will be
okay,
providing the list which contains only the
okay. So how would you
even numbers.
how would you customize this code if I want to sum of odd numbers, that remaining odd numbers?
uh, uh,
So you
like
filtered out even
just
numbers.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. So in this you are
Yeah, I
returning
have
odd
filtered out
numbers
the
or
even
even
numbers
numbers?
basically. Actually, I've been returning the even numbers because
Okay,
like I
okay.
am directly using the
Yeah, yeah,
module
it's
2
fine. So
basically.
what if we want to sum of even numbers? So how would you do?
Sum of even numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So like that time like I have got the list, and post that like I will be just iterating that set and doing the sum basically.
Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, please and share your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So do you know yeah, yes, first and share. So do you know what's the stream API's method to uh sum all of the elements? Cannot we do we have anything that
Sum
dot
of,
sum something like that?
yeah, we are having the that method, but I have not used in my project, so not having that much of idea. But it provides the sum of the elements which
Some of the
present
elements. So
inside
we can
the
use that method in the existing
any,
code, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, right, we can
So
use.
okay, Pradeep, it is done from my end, and